Hey viewers, welcome to another game of the Casual Pro Gamer. Today we are doing a Jungle Darius game, and yeah, that should be interesting. Haven't seen that in quite a while. It was tried out a lot when he first came out because obviously Darius is quite vulnerable to the ranged champions. So yeah, to fight against him you basically just pick a ranged champion and then you're fine. So yeah, to counteract that, of course you can just go jungle him. So when you jungle him, you still have the advantage of that apprehend, which means you can still gank people or catch people quite efficiently. But you get to use this. Wow, that looks horrible, by the way. Don't know why it does that, but anyhow, yeah, it's just this one skill. Huh. Anyhow, you can still use this one to get that movement speed going. You can use the apprehend to make sure that they stay close to you. You can use the ultimate to land the kills, and all in all, you can just do a good job of getting kills while, in the meantime, not being harassed by long-range opponents. So, all in all, it's a very good strategy, and yeah, I wonder why people don't really do it anymore. Probably because he's not the greatest jungler in, well, countering counter junglers. So against someone like Malphite he should have no problem, especially if he gets a good pull on his blue here. And no flash or heal bot. What the hell? Hang on. Wow, that is horrible. Yeah, he is right. There's two exhausts. I mean, I'm assuming these two are bottom lane. Although, I guess Gangplank could be bottom lane and Ram is top. But yeah, then there is one flash. But yeah, I don't know. It is pretty horrible. Anyway, there's a heal flash on Vayne. Yeah, this sounds about right. Anyhow, yeah, getting that smite off and yeah, getting an easy blue here. Should of course stand in the bush just in case someone comes in, but that's a detail. I'm not going to whine about that. It's all the same to me because I don't really care. And oh, getting first blood. I just got that. Oh man, bad players for the win. So yeah, the gank going off on the bottom lane. But yeah, there's really no reason to fear for that, as well, they just got a first blood there, and I think they were still pretty full. Yeah, I don't know if they had to use a heal for this, but anyway, yeah, it wasn't even really close, because they weren't really pushed up. In short, Malphite shouldn't have come here. Malphite should have gone mid, because in the middle lane the pushing is way worse. So he might have actually landed that, but yeah, he's going to come in from the side, from here in fact, instead of from here, which would bring him behind her immediately, which would allow you to land the Q and well, allow this guy to cast some spells as well. Probably because the Q is going to slow your opponent, and yeah, that's what makes him such a strong ganker. Anyhow, yeah, you should always try to position your CC well enough. Yeah, I wanted to ask you something else, which, yeah, I don't think I really care about the answer. No, I do care about the answer, but probably still going to do it. I was wondering, I get a lot of questions on what I do if I don't make videos, because obviously I make a lot of videos. But today, and probably for the rest of the week, I am working on a new game. I'm a game designer, for those of you that don't know that. And I was wondering whether you would be interested in seeing what I'm doing in that. As I said, I'm designing a new game. I'm currently designing it on paper first, doing some calculations, doing some design work, so that once I start on the computer, it's yeah, it's actually a little bit easier. I don't have to make all the decisions there, and I can just make the decision beforehand when making a change in my decision doesn't really result in a whole lot of extra work. So it's yeah, I'm going to discuss my design decisions this afternoon with my client, as yeah, I'm supposed to call them. Now I basically get wow, that was actually a really good one. You can see the apprehend working here, by the way. So I'm going to discuss what I'm trying to make, or what I decided to make for the day. They kind of give me like, yeah, we have this and this kind of rules, so you need to stick to that. But for the rest, I'm basically free to make whatever I want. And now I'm going to discuss with them what I am planning to make, and then we're going to come to a compromise, and hopefully I will be able to start well, either this afternoon or tomorrow on the actual design, well, no, the actual building of the game. And it's going to be made in the Unreal Development Kit, which is pretty cool because it's really visually attractive, and this time the bottom lane did push in quite heavily. As you can see, the let's follow this first. She's going to die, by the way. But oh, he is almost going to die. Oh, he is going to die. Wow, that was so fail. He just ran into the turret for no good reason. But yeah, the Vayne dying over here, which is way too far in, and yeah, this Darius is going to land this easily in one shot. I mean, that was just apprehend and decimate, and the decimate, yeah, that's the only one shot, I guess. Yeah, so doing a good job of keeping those kills in check, but Vayne was all the way over here with no escapes up apparently. Maybe she was even further in and just yeah, she just overextended. That's it. I mean, against Rammus you can't overextend because he's going to taunt you, and even without the jungler land the kill on you. But oh man, that yeah, that was good, by the way. Pushing that like that was good. Yeah, the bottom lane should ward, and they should be fine. But against these two, yeah, they can just push this lane and then let the tower hit everything. But they're not pushing the lane here. They are standing back way too much. You should just push this in immediately. No, well, whatever. I guess they, yeah. Seeing from their playstyle, Darius shouldn't have pushed the lane, but from a normal playstyle perspective, pushing the lane here was fine, because denying that farm by pushing it into the turret is way better than just trying to hold the lane in middle and yeah, not denying the farm. So anyway, yeah, I think he did well. The difference between when you should and when you should not push the lane is really subtle, so I'm not going to try to explain that here because it would take way longer. But in general, it is between whether you think that your opponent will be back or won't be back, and whether or not you need to recall yourself. If you need to recall, you always push the lane. Always. There's no exception. You just push the lane until, oh nice, decimate into stun and a very easy kill. He actually ran out well before that kill was made. But yeah, very nicely done. So in general, you want to push the lane if you want to recall, because that gives you the opportunity to put pressure on the opponent without being there. And then you can recall, and when you come back, the lane will be back in middle. Also, if your opponents are both out of the lane in the bottom lane, or well, if in general there are no opponents in the lane, you want to push the lane. If there are opponents in the lane, like right now, you don't want to push the lane. That's the general rule. Of course there are exceptions to that, and as I said, I'm not going into that. But exceptions would be if there's only a support here. So if you only fight against a support champion like Lulu, then you're still going to push the lane, because a support champion, especially Soraka, can't last hit. Soraka in mid lane, of course, So an AP Soraka can still last hit, so you don't want to push against that. But yeah, well, also it depends on your champion, because if you're Mordekaiser, for example, then you still want to push the lane. Come on, land those kills. Taking a nice little bit of damage there from the turrets, and nicely done. Excellent play. Everyone took some tower shots and they all need to recall right now. That was excellent play. And Darius is very aggressive here, trying to get those ganks off as much as possible. And going to recall here to buy some more items. Going to finish that Wriggles Lantern. That is excellent. But anyway, let me know in the comments whether you want to see some game design in action. I'm actually making not the full game for now. I'm making well, a version that is playable but doesn't include everything yet, because I'm going to hand over the idea to someone else. So I'm basically building a prototype game, and then they are going to well, finish the game, play test it, blah blah blah, and yeah, if they like it, then they will keep it and they will pay me for the design. If they don't like it, they yeah, they will still pay me something, but not a whole lot, and I will get the design back with their modifications, and I will be able to bring out the game myself if I wish to do so, or sell it to someone else. But yeah, it's basically, if they can get it to work the way they want it to work, then I'm not getting it back. And if they don't get it back the way they want it, if they can't make it the way they want to make it, then I'm going to get it back, and I can either build it myself, or one of them or someone else can buy the idea and can finish it the way it was supposed to work. Anyway, I'm not sure if that's even remotely a good explanation, but yeah, well, I don't really care. In any case, I'm getting better off it, and I of course hope that people will just accept the game as is, because that way I can do what I like to do, which is the beginning of the design, because that's what I'm good at. And a nice double kill here by Darius, getting that easy double kill with 3 versus 2, and they should be able to, yeah, to grab this now. So it seems that top lane is the only one that is having some trouble. He's 1 and 2, with his opponent being 1 and 0. So the jungler must have picked up one of the kills there. And they get an easy dragon here, because they knew that well, several of the opponents were dead, and the top lane was laner was still in top lane. Oh, sorry, a little bit of hiccups here. And yeah, the top laner actually took out their top laner, but yeah, he probably needed to use all of his skills, so even his ultimate, to do so. And yeah, that in the end made them able to take a dragon without any opposition. So anyhow, it seems that mid lane is just, yeah, all alone. Top lane needs some help here. And yeah, it seems that everything has reset, so they are up 10-5, with our Darius being involved in 7 of the kills, and that is excellent. If you can be in 7 out of the 10 games kills, sorry, then you're doing an awesome job. So yeah, we couldn't really see the health on that golem. Don't know why, but this is still really strange, by the way. But yeah, indeed, don't want Bleed to grab it. and that's because Morgana is actually messing up a little bit on taking that blue buff. She should take it with the Q. The Q does the most damage instantly, and that's what you want to grab it. But she keeps using the Q over the wall instantly when she gets there, which means that yeah, it's going to stay at very low health, and instead of just no, go for the other guy, go for the other guy. Oh, he's going to take both of them, and yeah, now the other guy gets away. That was the easy kill. Of course, getting the AD carry is still very well worth it. It's worth more than getting the support. But in this case, there was the guy that was easy to kill, and there was the guy that was not so easy to kill. And I would have killed. Oh, yeah, okay. Apparently, apparently he got ganked by the mid laner. But yeah, well, that can happen. Oh man, kills are so easy with this guy. And you need to make sure that you actually have this figured out. So you have to keep track of 361 in this case. That you actually, in these multi-kill situations like he had in the bottom lane, you need to make sure that you actually kill them with your ultimate, because then you can get a double kill. And otherwise, if you do it like he did now, you are going to grab the first kill but not the second kill, because the cooldown is pretty long. So 100-second cooldown, there's no way you're going to get 2 kills with it in a team fight, obviously, if you need to wait for that cooldown. So 100-second team fight, that doesn't happen a whole lot. Well, it needs to be more than 100 seconds. Let's see there, Darius has 73 minions, that's not so high. 84 on this guy, 98 on this guy, and 72, no, Darius is not fat at all. So I think he was being sarcastic there, but I didn't really read that from the text. Well, now that I know what he meant, it's kind of obvious, but yeah, bye-bye, Mr. Malphite. You're not going to get out of this one. And oh, come on. Really? You have 4 guys and you're not going to get him? I don't know what this guy is doing. He has a movement speed buff. He has that ultimate to just stop someone from getting away. And for some reason just stood there and did nothing. Maybe use the movement speed buff offensively, where of course you don't want to do that, because you want to use that movement speed buff as a, well, as an offensive tool for as a, both of them are offensive, I guess, in this case. You want to use that to give someone the ability to chase him. You know that his ultimate can get him out of that situation. And there was no way he was supposed to escape there. Come on, apprehend! Apprehend into stun, that was cute. Oh man, getting thrown around all the way. So Darius is just getting out of there. He's had enough, and he is going to buy some attack damage. No, actually going full defense here, and that is that might actually set up for yeah. If he sells the health potion next, that could be a Warmock's armor or something like that. He may also just go for the Kindle Gem into Shurelia's Reverie or something like that. That is just less common. On Darius, of course, it is more common on a support, but we'll have to see what the support actually has. Yeah, she has the Philosopher's Stone as well, so we'll have to see. Of course, the defensive build doesn't add damage to this, but it should be good enough. So yeah, anyhow, the 541, that's dependent on your current attack damage. So the 541 is the maximum damage that you can do with your ultimate. Depends on the stacks of hemorrhage you can put on someone. And getting a free kill here. Hello. So nicely done. And they're going to grab the blue buff from this guy. No! Leave that, man. Okay, so 24-10 or something like that. They need to be back there. Come on, put it in the chat. Never putting anything in the chat. Anyhow, they are going to grab a next dragon here. And that of course should be easy enough. And yeah, just going into this this bottom lane should result into kills. Because there are 4 of them and only 2 of the enemies. It's just a matter of landing or not landing the taunts from... Oh, yeah. So he uses his ultimate there to. Yeah, he used his ultimate too early, and yeah, he had to run out anyway, but got the ultimate from Lulu on him. That's why he's so high health, but actually he was under 300 health, and one more tower shot would definitely have put him in danger. So yes, they are doing very well, 17-6, and yeah, really holding on to that lead and making it more and more. It was 10-5, right? Yeah, from 10-5 to 17-6, that is a pretty big advantage. And hopefully they will actually be able to translate that into gold as well. Of course, they did grab 2 dragons already, and with 2 dragons to them, they should have, yeah, enough to make up for any deficit in minions. Although it seems that they are doing pretty well. So yeah, bottom lane getting a little bit of pressure from the enemy team. There are 4 enemy champions here, and this guy should just get out of there. And he is not getting out of there. Just really risky situation for them to be in. But it seems that blue buff is going to Morgana, and that's where the rest of the team is currently at. So they do take down the bottom turrets, and there's a taunt coming out, and yeah, they should have never been there. 2 versus 4, yeah, you can easily tower dive that if you defend like this. You of course need to defend with like skill shots and... Yeah, I don't really know. I don't know why they did this, why they didn't just let that tower die, and yeah, they apparently thought that this would be good. And of course we are godlike by now with 7-0. Legendary in 1 kill, come on! Where the fuck are your assists? You died way too early, dude. It's 10 seconds and then it's done. You don't get assists for being stupid. Took them way longer to kill that turret and well, attack the next one, because these 2, yeah, they should have seen that these 2 were doing the golem here, so the blue buff, and therefore weren't really able to come in to help. They should have just let this turret die, defend with, as I said, skill shots, things like that. So kind of the harassment you normally have, and try to get someone low enough, but at least protect that second turret. On the other hand, they wouldn't have been able to get a whole lot done with... oh, nicely done. They wouldn't have had the ability to pick off 2 kills in the return. So when the rest of the team came in, but it would have been a 0-for-0 trade, which would have still been the same. It would of course have been better for them, because 7-18 is a better score than 9-20 or 20-9, however you want to look at this. Because, well, the 11 kills are still going to be there, but percentage-wise, it's not going to be as much. If it's 1 versus 10, that is way worse than 51 versus 60. You can see how that works, I hope. 1 versus 10 is something where you get completely dominated, where 51 versus 60, yeah, that's not a really big problem. If you got 2 dragons, then yeah, you can still win easily. Now, percentage-wise, so the relative difference in gold is way more important than the absolute, well, the absolute difference. And there is, of course, an enemy team guarding for that dragon. We have Lulu with with the oracles, and she's going to find a ward over there. But yeah, Lulu is not the one that should be wearing the oracles here. Although she's pretty hard to kill, it should probably be someone like Morgana or Darius, or, well, someone who is a little bit tankier, who can get out of the situation a little bit better, because Lulu wants to use those abilities of her to help her teammates, not to keep herself alive, and that's what she needs to do right now. So yeah, using the ultimate on the wrong guy, and Morgana goes down. So I didn't pay attention to who was actually getting damaged, and instead just took the one that was the lowest on health. But of course you should look at who's actually getting damaged, and this guy was still getting damaged, where I think it was Malphite, no, sorry, he's not called Malphite. Pantheon, I think got the ultimate, doesn't really matter. The one that got the ultimate was out of the fight already. Wow, a nice amount of minions for him. And saving the turret, so that's also good. May have also been the Darius who got that ultimate, by the way. And it seems that top lane is still under, or could still be under some pressure if the enemy team tries to get some pressure on that. So place this ward, dude. It's a free ward. He plays that first. Yeah, there he goes. But anyhow, it became a Warden's Mail. That means that he's going to transform the Heart of Gold into come on, what's that called? Redwin's Omen, that's what it's called. So, hang on, what's the rest building? This guy has a Giant's Belt, but what's he going to build into? Pickaxe plus Giant's Belt. I have no clue. No, I really don't know. Maybe it is something that I just forgot, but I don't think there is anything that builds into. Hang on. No, this one. Pickaxe and Giant Belt. No, nothing that's here. So, don't know. So, maybe the Hex Drinker plus pickaxe. I don't know what you need for the upgrade on Hex Drinker. Let's see that. Let's see. Oh no. Let's just ignore that entirely and see when he buys something new. But yeah, he's building all kinds of random items, it seems. Whereas here we see a whole, well, focused on or a build focused on finishing those end items, and that is of course way better. It seems that yeah, she didn't get damaged too much. She can come back into this fight and do some damage. She needs to stay in the back there, and of course we are getting legendary. And oh yeah, that was unfortunate. But this guy also. Or did he get a kill? Oh well, doesn't matter. They're going to grab a few kills here, and there we go. So yeah, it seems that he did get the kill on Malzahar, I think. But yeah, Darius a little bit too far forward to really be or stay safe. Yeah, no Lulu ultimate coming out, and yeah, that kind of confirms. Sorry, that kind of confirms what we already saw in the earlier game, and she's not really paying attention to what she needs to do, and instead is just doing or spamming her skills at random. And yeah, we see that a lot in games, and it's quite unfortunate, because especially for kind of the high utility champions like Morgana and like Lulu. They don't do a lot of damage, but they can do a lot of utility. So, for example, using the Q on Morgana here to just do some random snare is bad, because then you won't have it for that crucial guy that runs away, or that crucial guy you want to kill. If you just shoot it into a team where you already are in the middle of it, of course it's a really great engage, but oh, is he going to get killed again? Yeah, he's going to get killed again, but he may actually be able to do something here. No, 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 no. He's not. He's not going to get out of that. Anyhow, it's okay. It's okay. So apparently Lulu had plenty of money left. She is getting Zeke's Herald and Age of the Legion at the same moment, and buys a side ward. So she should have gone back way before this. But two good aura items now, because Age of the Legion is of course more of an early game defense item. It's still pretty good in the late game, but as you can see, the bonuses you get, 12 armor, 50 magic resist, 8 attack damage, they're not that great in the late game. Not really big enough for the late game. And we are, well, at 30 minutes now, so buying it at 29 minutes is not really as effective as buying it as your first item. And Zeke's Herald, of course, is an excellent item. It's a very good late game item. It especially helps out if you have multiple ADs on your team. And they have Vayne, they have Darius, they have Pantheon. So that's a really good item, and that is really going to help them out pretty well. So it seems that they made something. Melzhar is a walking suppress. Yeah. Kill Varus, then GP. Okay, that's a good strategy. If they can actually get that to work, then that is awesome. But they need to take care of that Melzhar as well, and someone here is getting damaged quite a lot. It is once again the Vayne that gets damaged for free, and this time it didn't really work out for the enemies, because this time the ultimate from Lulu was actually on the guy that took the most damage, and that was Vayne. So yeah, let's go and do something. Yeah, 10 and 2, he's the only one that really is really super positive, even though they're 27 to 12, so they're 15 kills up when the enemy only has 12. The enemy still has, well, enough of pressure to keep them from killing everyone, and especially this come on, Rammus guy is putting some pressure on. He's not really doing too well in that, but he is putting pressure on. And oh, the ultimate missing once again. But they do grab a kill back, and that's exactly what I meant. They still keep the pressure on to make sure that the enemies, so our team, doesn't get a full ace every time. And yeah, they do damage the correct champions, because Darius is of course their target currently, and he has that Radun's Omen, and he has that Wriggle's Lantern to keep him alive, and of course the boots are also to keep him alive. But he still gets damaged pretty heavily every time, and that means that yeah, it's just hard to, well, to keep him in the front of the fight and to keep him doing the damage. Of course, Vayne needs to take over that position when she finally decides to finish some good items. Well, she has the Infinity Edge, that's a good item. But 160 minions, that should be way more. I mean, look at it, 221. She should be the highest farm in the game. I mean, Vayne is an excellent farmer. She attacks really quickly. She has that ability to, well, just wipe minions out in 3 hits all the time. But by now she should almost one-hit minions. And we are going for another dragon. I think the enemies are coming for this dragon as well, so they need to take care of that. And yes, someone was here. Don't know which way they went, but I think they went for the bottom lane here. So no problems. Getting another dragon there. And of course, yeah, we are going to go for this, these guys in mid, because yeah, and there you go, missing the Q from Morgana was crucial, and that's with those high utility champions. You need to be able to land your skills. And he once again gets out, so the Malphite in this case once again gets out with his ultimate, using that in, well, the second way you can use it. You can use it, of course, to get into a fight, to stun everyone, but you can also get it to get out of a situation where you got caught, and that of course is awesome as well. And come on, get someone. Yeah, he used the apprehend really early in the fight, meaning that he didn't have it when they were trying to run out, and that's, yeah, it's also your utility, so it's once again the same thing. Vayne once again getting damaged pretty heavily, and just got saved by our Lulu here. Someone needs to sacrifice themselves for Lulu. Lulu has an oracles. Yes, there we go. Morgana finally realizing that she can take a lot more damage than Lulu can, and well, she does have a what's that, blue? Yeah, she has the blue buff, so she doesn't want to leave it, or to the opponents, to give it to the opponents. Anyhow, yeah, they're going to get 2 or 3 turrets here because they won that team fight. And Darius apparently German. Anyhow, it seems that the enemy team, yeah, is just running around a little bit. I don't know what they're trying to make out of this, but they should have, or well, we should have more wards out to spot things like where the enemies are, because currently they aren't available anywhere. And of course, yeah, this is awesome that they have this ward over here. This ward is going to give them vision over the most crucial area on the map currently, which is the dragon pit, the Baron pit, sorry. And it allows them to see when the enemies are going for that, but of course it times out. So Darius did sell his Wriggles lantern to afford one of his other items, and that means that he's not going to have another ward to put up, but they need to put down a ward at the Baron. And well, Lulu still has a side ward available, at least one. And she should do that. She shouldn't be in this front of the fight. She should just tell everyone she's going to ward Baron, then ward Baron, and then afterwards they can engage. But if they now get killed, or well, not so much completely killed, but if they lose Lulu, then the enemy team can go for Baron, but they can still steal it or engage in a fight on Baron if they can actually see it. But that's of course the problem. They can't see it at this moment. So if they lose one champion, it's already very difficult to well, to make that happen. Of course, the Malphite does have an oracles here, and oh, they're going to grab him. Come on, get him. This was an excellent apprehend, and even if they don't land the kill here, which they are going to lose him. Oh man, come on. No, 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 they're not going to lose him. No, he's not dead! Dude! Oh my god. Lulu fortunately saw it, but I don't think she's going to be able to finish him on her own. But they need to finish the guy with the oracles. And oh my god, this Vayne. Just saying, well, he died. Instead of just watching and seeing that he had a guardian angel up. Well, it didn't say that she got a kill, but someone else got a kill at the same time, and that was, I think, her problem. She thought that that was her kill. Anyhow, they're going to grab this Baron pretty easily, because there's really no one coming up to get that. And yeah, it lost 845. Yeah, so that could have been stolen by an enemy, but since nobody was near there, yeah, it wasn't really a problem. And come on, get this guy. Get the guy with the oracles. Yeah, they're going to grab Rammus, which is a really good one, but finally they get this guy. You're getting damaged quite a lot. You probably want to run out right now. Yeah. They grabbed one turret and they're going to grab the other one. Although this is a risky endeavor, but yeah, they're still going to grab it well before someone dies. They just don't want to wait for that enemy team to come back up, and they don't want to wait for their minions, because it would take too long. And yeah, excellently done. Getting 2 turrets. Now they need to let the minions tank and get, well, both of these turrets, I guess. Because 10 seconds still left. That's 1 turret. And still 5 seconds left. They should be able to get both of them. Yes, there we go. And no, they can't really finish it right here, but if they can grab a kill, then they've got this. But they are in too far. Vayne is getting damaged quite heavily. But oh wow, yeah, nicely done. The Pantheon just kept attacking this, and I don't know if the Darius was attacking it as well. But it seems that they just finished it off by, well, stalling the enemies and making sure that they couldn't defend. But anyway, very well played. We saw that he is very strong in those early game ganks. And yeah, of course, we already knew that once the team fighting phase starts, that if he has some tanky items, he's pretty much unable, well, unbeatable. You can almost not kill him in the late game. Because if you keep focusing him, then yeah, you lose track of people like Vayne, and Vayne will just tear your head off in that case. But very well played. Thank you for sending this. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. GG.